Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new interview here on the Hey Corner Crew podcast. I am your host, JJ Lang, and with me, as always, are my two wonderful co-hosts. We have with us Nate, the Little Goon Foss,
I'm here. Let's go.
and we
Big
also have
weekend.
Dan. We also have Dan, the Statman Scully.
I may be wonderful, but my computer isn't today.
A lot of ours aren't. There's a lot of glitches. It's okay. But with us also for our interview today is RIT Women's Hockey's own Miss Bailey Kehl.
Hey.
We are very, very happy to have you on, Bailey. I know we've been hoping to get more of you guys on for a while.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. So let's start off real quick with just introducing yourself to anybody who, for some reason, might not know who you are. I don't know how, but just in case. So just kind of explain who you are for the viewers.
Perfect. Yeah. So I'm Bailey Kehl. I'm a second year here at RIT. I'm on the women's ice hockey team. I'm from Quincy, Washington. I played my juniors in Penticton, British Columbia. And I'm an international business student.
That's awesome.
Nice. What's
so
the hockey scene out like there in Washington?
Not too much going on for
No.
girls hockey, unfortunately. I grew up playing boys hockey, so and then I moved to British Columbia and played 4 years there. So yeah, not too much going on, but a good enough amount.
I honestly feel like that's kind of the case with a lot of girls in the United States. Is like they kind of like there isn't a lot of. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of girls hockey. Like a lot of people I know in this area, they had to play on like boys teams or men's teams when they were growing up.
Yeah, exactly. No, there isn't a ton of women's hockey, girls hockey.
It's getting a lot better though.
It is
You've
getting a
seen
lot
it
better
over
for
the
sure.
last couple years too. Like there's a lot of programs popping up. So
yeah, there is, which is really nice to see because like the little girls that come to our game, like they want to play one day, and so it's like
yeah.
hopefully they have somewhere that they can all join together. So yeah.
Yeah, that would be great to see. So getting started talking about you guys and your season, past couple weeks, you guys have had some pretty good success. You guys, a pretty major tie, getting a point over Penn State a few weeks back. Then that weird Tuesday game against St. Lawrence, where you guys took it to them there, and then again against Syracuse, the 4-goal first period. You guys have very quietly, I feel, for a lot of other people, gotten yourself back into position to make a jump into a playoff spot. So how do you guys feel going into this weekend against Lindenwood?
Yeah, for sure. We have like a lot of confidence in ourselves. Like we've been, like you said, these past few weekends, like have been just taking it to teams, which is like wonderful to see, especially towards the end of the year. We have 2 big games coming up this weekend, and we just got to play our game. We know what we have to do, and we're here to do it. So playing our game, playing hard, playing aggressive. Lindenwood's not gonna take it easy on us this weekend. So just taking it to them, and especially what we did to them in the playoffs last year. So yeah, we're really looking forward to this weekend and the next few games coming up. Yeah, just got to play our game, and we have all the confidence and big support team behind us. So we're here to do it.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to this weekend's games. 2 big ones. Kind of a little bit of a rivalry building up with Lindenwood, it seems like, over the last couple series and games.
Yeah,
So
I like it. They're a hard team, and you know what? We're a hard team to play against too. Like we've got all the grit in the world. So I think like having those 2 teams like compete is just so fun to it's fun to be in the game, and I'm sure it's fun to watch too. So
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Very much so.
So I had a question. It's so like obviously throw wins and losses out the window the past 2 years. Like the 3 of us can attest to it because we watch and we're at majority of the games. It just seems like there's something about this team where every weekend you guys are just getting better and better and better, and now the results are finally starting to come. What's the cause of that? Is it just like belief or just?
Yeah, you know what? It's the exact same thing that happened last year too. It's like we kind of have a rough start at the beginning, not really, but it's just like we don't level off. We just continue to grow and grow, which is like amazing to see. And you know what? I think it's just like every practice, like we're there to get better and we're there to make our teammates better. And so I think just like being able to compete against, like, say somebody that's trying to compete against you, I think it just makes us that much better. And then putting it all together as a team, it makes it so much better. I think also the second half we get a little bit of that right when we get back. We have recession week, so it's like we get to just be hockey, no school, no nothing, which is super nice because you get to bond with the team, you get to do things as a group way more. So I think that also builds a lot of team like chemistry and stuff that translates to on ice.
To that end, I wanted to ask, there, out of all your teammates, is there anyone in particular that really pushes you to be a better hockey player, a better athlete?
Just one. All of them, but we started this battle game or this battle drill during recession, and it was like a 2v2 game, and there was a couple players that I just did not like to go against because they were so tough on me, but I knew deep down that was making me so much better. I think that would be like Megan McCormick. She's so tough out there, and she'll just push you, but you're also pushing her. And then the other one is Chloe McNeil. She just works so hard. So off the top of my mind, those two are the ones that stick out right now that push us. So yeah.
Speaking of the team, what do you guys feel like your strong points have been so far this year? Like, what do you guys think you've excelled at and have really been able to say, like, yeah, like this is our claim to fame so far?
Yeah. You know what? Like I said earlier, confidence, but also I think our forecheck, we kind of switched it up this year. Um, it's allowing us to be a lot more aggressive, which I think is helping us. We can get teams honed in the O zone, and then we can go and recover pucks, which is nice. I think that's one area, and then another area is like our neutral zone. We're moving the puck really well. Is like a D core, like moving it and then getting it up the ice. Sometimes I think we can just connect a bit more on the passes, but I think those two areas, the forecheck, the neutral zone, D zone, even like we are doing a new D zone, which is sometimes hard to learn for our freshmen, but they've picked it up really well. So yeah, I think just honing in on those little things is helping us.
So it's definitely been very noticeable, at least from the stands, the forecheck.
Yeah,
Makes it
no,
a little more, definitely a little more comforting knowing that we're not spending 56 minutes in a row. So
exactly. Well, and it's
I
fun
don't mean
because
that in a bad way, but
no, I totally get it. It's also fun because we can like we watched a clip today before practice. You forecheck, they're stuck in their own zone. We get a change. We're still forechecking. We get another change while they're still out there for a whole minute and a half. Like those are the things that'll wear them down, hopefully get us some goals. So being able to work on that is pretty good.
so I guess what made, so I know like obviously you went to BC to play juniors and all that other stuff. So what kind of attracted you to come all the way far from home to RIT?
Yeah, so I got recruited by the previous coaches when I was in a tournament in Kitchener, Ontario. And then so I had been talking to them. I came here to check it out and instantly was like, wow, this is awesome. Just stepping on like the campus, the rink, the facilities, like it was just like, whoa, this is sick. So like I think that was like something that drove me to be over here. There's also no women's college hockey NCAA that like I wanted to play for back over where I'm from. So bringing it over here was one of my only options. So
So I guess like another part of that, like so obviously you said you were recruited by the previous coaching staff. What made you stick with RIT through the coaching change?
yeah, so I actually had been at a couple camps with Coach Celeste previously. So when I hopped on the Zoom call to find out who our new coaches were going to be, and it was her, I was so excited. It was just awesome. And I was like, okay, I know that I've made still the right decision and I don't want to leave. I had all the faith in RIT as well. Like, I knew it was a building program, but like, it's so fun to be a part of and like to be able to be a part of something that's going to grow into something big is just super fun. And I knew coming
Right.
in that it would be like that. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Quick tangent. JJ, what just happened?
I saw that. I was like,
I don't.
There's a lot
I,
going on.
I honestly don't know, so I'm gonna just leave my camera off the rest of this because I don't know what in the what is going on right now.
It's
If
a-
you're listening to audio only, you need to go to YouTube right now.
It was
It's
it was
super weird.
Is it your computer or is it your Wi-Fi?
Probably both. So for those who don't remember an earlier episode, Frontier has been changing all of the power lines in my neighborhood for the last 2
man.
months. So
Oh,
that's been
no.
setting our Wi-Fi
was
into like
fantastic.
absolute haywire. So I'm gonna just leave my camera out the rest of this so we don't distract from our guest.
I also like Dan's new name. Looks good.
Man, we should probably transfer that over to JJ now.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
We definitely should.
So what has it been like so far being able to work with Coach Celeste? Because obviously she's an RIT grad. She played for our team a long time ago. Tiger fans, Tiger alumni, they know her. So what's it been like playing with, like being able to play for her?
I wouldn't say it was a
Yeah.
long time ago, JJ. Like, come on, I'm not that old.
Anyways, you get my point. at
Yeah,
least.
I got it. It's been awesome. Like, she is such a great human, on the ice, off the ice. She believes in us more than anyone. The support she's brought is like, it's unmatched. Like, it's just, she's awesome. She pushes us every single day, and those 7 a.m. practices can get tiring, but somehow she finds a way to make them fun. So it's been nothing but great, and it will continue to get better. So I'm really excited to see where we head with her.
So I guess what's been your favorite moment of being a Tiger so far?
Oh, there's a lot. Let's see here. I would always say my first game as a Tiger, I was just goosebumps through my entire body. I was like, this is amazing going out on the ice. First home game, I should say. And then I would always say beating Lindenwood on senior night. And then I would also say beating Lindenwood in the playoffs. So that was two of my favorite games. They were just so exciting, and the playoff game, we were putting our bodies on the lines out there because we knew it was at stake. So it was awesome.
We can all attest that playoff game was probably the most fun game we've been to in a long time.
Honestly,
so
that game might have been my favorite game of last year for both you guys and the men, like across the board. That might have been my favorite game from both teams. It was
definitely up
awesome.
there for sure. Well, and I think for us too, like, we had seen the work you guys have been putting in, and just finally to see some results from all the hard work. It was just so satisfying for us as well, just to see it, because we know how hard you guys had worked, and it, to finally put one in the W Cup, especially a playoff game too.
Yeah, for sure.
That was.
I mean, the Syracuse media guy who caught us as we were walking out, he's like, how do you guys feel after, not having success much there? And Nate just cuts him off and says, you get to the playoffs and it's 0-0. None of that matters at this point. Like,
exactly. Playoff games are crazy. Like, I didn't know that it would be like that, and the girls had talked about it like all year, like, oh, like playoffs, it's like a whole new season. And it really is. It's like the whole season didn't even last. It was just like those games. And it was crazy.
That game was so much fun.
Yeah, it was. So
even if I was, because we had the giant blizzard the next day, even if I had a voice to give on Friday, I don't know how long it would have lasted.
One of us made it through the blizzard.
Okay, mister, I live in Syracuse.
Yeah, come on, Dan.
Yeah,
you live down the street.
40 minutes up the road is not down the street, JJ.
But you guys also had a really cool game this past weekend. You guys had First Responder Day with the specialty jerseys that some people might not know that Emma Stephen, yes, there they are right there. I was wearing mine before my camera decided to have a panic attack. But some people might not know that Emma Stephen actually designed those jerseys.
Yeah, she did. They're crazy. She was working on that thing for so long. When we finally got to see them, I was like, Emma, this is sweet. Like, how'd you do this? Like, I could never design anything. Like, I just couldn't. I don't have the coordination. But when Emma put that together, I was like, wow.
And as we all were kind of discussing, like before we started recording, there was a couple bidding wars going on for people's jerseys. Like people were loving them, which was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was fun to hear about it in the locker room when people were like, who's bidding against me? Like, why can I not get my own jersey? Or like, who just bet against my mom? It's like girls are like, come on, like.
I always feel bad in those auctions. Like, what about like? It's definitely either the players or the parents that are actually bidding on these, and I feel bad for like taking a jersey from them, but
Yeah,
hey, you
who
step
cares,
up.
right? Now you guys get one, so it's like,
I
it's
mean,
okay.
I found it so incredibly hilarious that the auction's up for less than 24 hours and Sarah Coe's jersey was just gone like the minute it went up. I'm
It
like,
was
good
literally
Lord.
gone. We were me and Megan and Sarah are pretty close, so me and Megan were scrolling through looking at girls' names, and we're like, why is Co's not on here yet? I was like what's happening? No, it was sold. We're like, what?
Yeah, someone
So
just straight up bought it.
So
And they
speaking
probably
of
got a good
Sarah,
deal on it because of that.
yeah, the 300 buy now price was probably pretty good for that one with how high it might have gotten.
Yeah, exactly.
So speaking of Sarah and even Emma and all three of the goaltenders, what's it like playing in front of three solid goaltenders?
Yeah, they're awesome. Like across the board, they're really good on the ice. Like they all have their strengths. Like I can never score in practice, I'm going to be honest. And when I do, it's a miracle. But um, no, it's great to know that we have that backbone if we need it, like all through the board. No, it's great to know. And like through the years, once Emma's done, once Sarah's done, like we'll always have somebody back there that we know will do just as good. So no, it's great to have them all three back there.
Who's been I like to always talk about the freshmen. And I know it's still a really young team, like the majority underclassmen, but who's been the one freshman that's kind of showed up and kind of surprised everybody a little bit?
Surprised us. I don't know. They all bring their own spunk. Like Lexi, she can work with the puck, skate with the puck. Ella, super fast, super aggressive. Carly, she's super energizing, like always going. Cam, like makes plays. Like I don't know, like all of them are just, I don't know, they all have their own little spunk, and I think they've been a great addition. They come to practice every day to get better, which pushes us to get better as well. So it's really nice to have them five back there, and so she's just as great as all of them. So yeah, they're awesome.
So moving on from hockey and getting more into some fun questions. We did this with Hannah. We also did this with Kobe and with Ryan. We got a bunch of kind of fun questions. And at the end of the year, we're gonna kind of tally like what answers you guys give and do like a fun little superlative thing.
Cool.
So I'm gonna start, and we're gonna go with who's the one teammate that's just making everyone laugh no matter what, like the funniest teammate you guys have.
Emma Steven. She's very quiet, but when she speaks, it's hilarious.
I think Hannah said that too, honestly.
She's like,
Goaltenders.
you don't yeah, exactly, goaltenders.
It's something about goaltenders.
You don't expect it, and she'll just like say something like just out of the ordinary, and it's just hilarious. So she's always wanting to go get a good laugh from.
Is she the one that, when the locker room's all tense and tight in the middle of a game, that just says something and just makes everybody laugh and loosen up too? Like,
Yeah, she does that. Yeah, she can. Her and Carly sometimes will just say something, and so yeah, that gets the team going for sure.
who's got the best pregame outfit? I know we've been seeing the pictures on social media.
Ooh,
Who's got the
pregame
best?
outfit? Ooh, Ooh, hard to pick one. Amy Dobson. She's really stylish. And then I'd have to say Lindsay Maloney also has some pretty good outfits.
Who's the one person on the team that's like always cooking, like everywhere?
Always cooking.
Best cook. Yeah, that like the food is edible.
The food is edible. Well, I would hope all of us. So I actually live on my own, so I'm not around a lot of them when they're cooking. I would say I've been over to Amy's. She cooks some really good stuff. She had some pasta the other day that looked really good. So I'd probably have to go with Dobby. Oh, Hannah. She makes really good buffalo chicken dip.
That's my specialty as well.
It
actually.
is so good.
See,
Yeah, I
honestly,
got
when we
I
asked
actually
Hannah
gotta
that
go
question,
get that
she said
stuff for
nothing.
Sunday. So
Oh, that's good. Yeah, for the Super Bowl.
yeah, I gotta go get that stuff before it's sold out.
Good luck with that. Who's got the best hair?
Best hair.
And you can say you. Like if you
I was
think
gonna
you
say,
qualify, you can say you.
I have the longest hair and the thickest, but best hair. Oh goodness.
So
Tough
this question's really more on the men's side who's got the best flow, but
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably easier for them. Our girls
yeah.
are all similar, so
No, but you
But-
guys can like style your hair more than they can. Like that's the thing.
that's true. We can style our hair. Kylie has some pretty cool styles that she does. She does. Let's see. Annie. When Annie curls her hair, I like that. I don't know. There's a few of them.
Thank God Jordan decided to dye her hair blonde because I literally could not keep her and Kyla's separate at all.
Now you can tell them apart.
Like, I kid you not, Nate and I went up to Policini one day to get a bunch of stuff out for an away game. And I think it was Jordan walked by.
One of them
And she said-
came up and said
and
hi, and I'm like,
she said hi to us, and we're like,
hi.
hi. And he looks, Nate looks at me and just goes, was that Kyla or Jordan? I went, I honestly have no idea. It
It's
was one of
hard.
them.
It's hard.
That's why when Steve James sees either one of them, he just says, hi, Kyla and or Jordan.
That's smart. That's smart.
Favorite away rink you've played in?
Ooh, away.
Because obviously we know the Gene's the best, but like
I was gonna say the Gene all day, every day, but away barns. St. Lawrence was pretty cool. It's old.
yes,
That place is cool. The down by the
Appleton's
locker rooms
awesome.
though, the hallway's really tiny, so that's kind of a con to it. But
home
for
ice
old-
advantage, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Old school, I would say St. Lawrence is pretty neat.
Your least favorite away barn to play in?
Syracuse or Mercyhurst. Syracuse is just cold and awful. Mercyhurst is.
Bye, Dad.
Why
Sorry,
does
Dan.
everyone hate
Dan-
Kennedy?
Dan hates it when I rip on the Kennedy ice dump.
It's just
Pavilion.
cold. It's cold. It's tiny, like small, and they did get a new like board above their scoreboard, but
Yeah.
it's not great.
The scoreboard.
Oh, the scoreboard. We have to tell you the scoreboard story from the playoffs last year. That was so good.
I looked at I'm standing next to Dan and I look up at the scoreboard. I'm like, man, that thing is so old and just ugly. And then at like 5, when the score was 5-1, Dan looks at me and he goes, I'm kind of liking that scoreboard now. I said, it's growing on me.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Do you have a favorite NHL team or a favorite pro team in general?
oh, this is a good question because there's a new one.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the new one. I am a
So
Seattle.
before Seattle, who was your favorite?
Okay, before Seattle, it was Anaheim.
No, that's a good answer.
It's okay.
No, I don't mind the Ducks. So favorite sport to follow that's not hockey?
Oh, to follow around. I'm a big football fan. I like to watch football. I enjoy it. If I were to play a different sport, that'd be softball.
Ooh, good transition. I did want to throw a quick softball question in there.
Oh, okay.
What's it like being a 2-sport athlete at RIT?
It's awesome. It's a great experience. I was really fortunate to do it last year with Kylie. We came in not knowing if it was gonna be able to happen or not, and for it to actually plan out, it was really fun. I thought it would be tough, like having to balance that hockey and school, but it honestly turned out to be not too bad. And having more athlete friends it was all around a great experience, and I'm really excited for this year as well.
How's the new turf that they just put down over there to start last
It,
year?
I was gonna ask that.
it's awesome. It's a great new facility. I love playing on turf, so it's really pretty too. And they just finished the grandstands too over there. So last year they were sitting in chairs, which probably wasn't the funnest.
Dan is very happy about that one.
Yes, he is.
I have a
Good
press
lord.
box this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Pre-game
with-
meal. What is
yes.
it? What's the pregame?
Pre-game meal. I feel like everybody says chicken and rice, but
That's such a boring answer.
it's
What's
so
the
boring, right? I'm more of like a turkey, like BLT like person. Like I like
Okay.
something not too heavy, not too light. Like I'm not a big chicken eater, I guess, but I'm also not like, oh, salad before a game. Like I like something that kind of fills me up a bit so that I'm not just snacking it throughout the entire game, even though I do.
So what's the intermission snack? What are we doing?
Goldfish and a Cliff
Yes.
Bar. The mini Cliff Bars.
Yes.
They're better than the regular ones.
I agree with that actually.
And kind of the last of the fun questions is, do you have any like pregame like superstitions at all? Like, is there anything like you have to do something like sit in a seat in the bleachers before a game starts or something like that?
No, I don't have very many like everybody does like one side over the like when I get dressed, like I always like to do like right side, left side, right side, left side. Um During warm up, me, Kyla, and Kylie, we all do like this little like I don't know, like it's like a jump that we do after each like little workout thing. So that's one thing that we do. But other than that, nothing too superstitious.
Left skate or right skate first?
Right.
Good answer.
Right. Right on, left on, right tie, left tie.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I guess
is there
sorry, Dan, go ahead.
Is there a story behind your jersey number?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question. Wow.
So I never think about that one.
It's actually I took my my older brother's number, and then he went to 22, and then I took that number for softball, and then he went to 42, and then I quit taking his numbers. So that is the story behind number 2. My brother wore it, and I just looked up to him as a hockey and baseball player, so I took that number.
So if he was number 2 in baseball, that means he probably got it from Derek Jeter, I'm assuming.
Oh my God.
Listen, Nate's a Red Sox fan, so anytime I get to bring up the Yankees, I take it.
You gotta bring it up.
Bro. Still hockey season. That's the only thing that matters.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, get
Very
the
true.
Yankees out of here, JJ.
Anyways, last question we're gonna ask you is, if there was a recruit coming in to possibly play hockey at RIT, what would you go about telling them to get them to want to play here?
Ooh, everything.
The corner crew.
I was gonna
sorry.
say. I know. I was literally
Sorry,
gonna
I didn't
say-
mean to interrupt you. I just figured I'd answer it for you.
I was literally gonna say the atmosphere. Like it is insane to play at the Gene. When I first came out, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is insane!" And then every game, you guys showed up, and I was like, "This is awesome." So I would definitely tell a recruit like, one, like school, like it's great. The everybody on campus is so welcoming, and it's like a community, really. But then like the hockey is just from the facilities to the support team we have behind us, to the corner crew, to the pet band, like to the people that take care of us, like it is crazy. So, like like everybody there treats us so good. So, yeah, I think that's definitely something that I would tell them.
That's
Awesome.
awesome. So do you have any final messages for the listeners and viewers out there before we wrap up?
Ooh, well, thank you guys for all the support through the entire season. It means the world to us. You guys help us to get better every day. If you don't think so, you do. And yeah, thank you again for having me, and go RIT always.
Well, thank you again for
Thank
taking
you.
time
Thank
out of
you.
your schedule. Obviously, you guys have a massive series this weekend, and the fact that we're recording this the night before you guys are heading out is we're very grateful you were able to fit us in and make some time.
Yeah.
Hopefully this comes out before the series. That would be kind of awesome.
Should be.
Zoe, please take this.
Sorry,
Um,
Zoe.
But that being said, thank you again for being on. Thank you to everybody for listening. We will definitely hope to have more players on for interviews the rest of the season. Because we're all hoping that your guys' season does continue, because there's nothing more than we'd like than to continue watching and supporting you guys throughout the postseason as well. So
Awesome.
I'm gonna cut the outro short just because no one likes hearing me talk about all the fancy jazz. But just if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you still are. Spotify, Apple Podcast, get in the Discord, follow on social media. It's all there. Links will be in the description. Thank you very much again, Bailey, for coming on, and we will see everybody again. Go Tigers.
Yay, thank you.
Go Tigers.
I hope you're clapping, JJ. We can't see you.
I'm clapping.
R.I.P.